What's poppin', people? It's Dante walking around Philly. Beautiful lunch rush. Whoa, gonna drop my GoPro. Yes, so the thought, when practicing street photography, I think it's important to remain loose, right? With your body language, with your posture, right? To be sort of fluid and sort of become one with the street and become in tune with the rhythm and the beat of the street. You know, watch the feet as they dance upon the sidewalk. Observe life with all of its complexities while simultaneously remaining in this flow state of creation, right? So when you're photographing, essentially, I like to hold the camera with my middle finger on the shutter, and I'm using the Ricoh GR3. And what this allows me to do is to quickly sort of like, I can go from horizontal to vertical composition very quickly and photograph through the reflection of the man on the phone or whoever, and sort of remain in this sort of fluid state of pressing the shutter, moving my body, recognizing the patterns in both nature and human behavior, whether I'm following the light or the people, right? So really become aware that no one's aware, right? Like, you can remain a fly on the wall in cities like this, in crowds, right? Where I'm, you know, can put the GoPro into his ear, you know, it's like no one's really paying attention. Everyone's kind of in their own world, and you should remain in your world as well, right? Where you're sort of like, you know, you, as much as you're an observer of life, you're an active participant in it all, sort of like the orchestra, right? And the conductor of the orchestra, the world is a stage. You know, I think everything's photographable, and so like when you're photographing people, don't just look at their face, don't just look at their gesture or the moment, but observe the clothing, observe the textures, observe the details and the nuances, and find new ways to play the same game each day, where, you know, it's almost like, can you walk the same lane every single day and still find something to uplift in a photograph? You know, this is the thing that I come out here and question each and every day, right? With the camera in hand, each press of the shutter just becomes a question mark. I'm just curious, you know, what's out there? What am I looking for today? What's around the corner? You know, is there anything going on? You know, it's a beautiful day. You know, you'll never know what you'll find, right? Like today, I met this man, Marlo. We were playing tennis. He was showing me his little outdoor gym by the Penn's Landing area in Old City. He was telling me about his life. You know, he's 61, retired. He saw me with my shirt off, and he was like telling me to flex, and we talked about the Spartans and how he has an appreciation for them. He's like, what is your profession? Like, we were talking back and forth, and it's like, you'll be surprised at like the people that you'll meet that have common beliefs or different ideas and share them with you. And you know, I asked him about his dieting. He's like, oh, you know, I just eat whatever. You know, I was like, oh, I eat just primarily meat. But he's like, oh, I eat broccoli and vegetables. And, you know, he has a six-pack and he's ripped and 61 and has big biceps. And I was impressed, because I think maybe a lot of the time, you know, you see other people that are getting older and they're like, oh, I'm not going to be able to look like that, or, you know, be strong as I age. But like, you can, right? And it's like, I don't know, I learned that today through interacting with the stranger, right? So like, these little stories and things that occur on the street, right? Whether you're meeting a new person or photographing from a distance without even interacting, you can observe life, participate with life, interact with others. The street really is this playground, right? The street is a playground. The world is open, infinite possibilities and stories to tell through the camera. What is the goal? Curiosity.